You never know. 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 Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Hey guys, welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. I break down all things Big Brother. More importantly, celebrity Big Brother. Thank you guys for your patience as I had a live earlier on Fridays. I do Married to Bravo with Nana. And so I couldn't watch the episode like I normally do in the Eastern time. I had to wait for Pacific. So I just got done watching the episode. And this season keeps on giving. It is feeding us and I am full, but I'm going to eat more. I'm going to eat until I am gorged. Okay. This season is amazing. If you're joining live, make sure you smash that like. It helps. If you want to support the channel, I have some little things here. You can follow me on social media. TikTok. You guys have followed me on TikTok, and I'm like over 400 followers now. This is amazing. I'm trying to get to 1K so I can go live from TikTok and have more fun on there. So if you have a TikTok, follow me. I'm posting Big Brother stuff there, shorter, funny stuff there. Okay. You can also join my Patreon. You can Venmo, Cash App if you want to support the channel. No pressure. Liking the video helps a lot. Just let me know all your thoughts, feelings, hopes, and dreams. You can also send a super chat on YouTube if you so choose. So welcome to this late night live. Oh my gosh. Lamar Odom at the end of this episode with you never know, you never know, you never know. And people are like, oh, and Lamar's like, why are we crying? What's going on? They're like, Teddy left. And he's like, yeah, but she's not dead. I mean, yeah. Where are we? What is this, Big Brother? Is this Big Brother? Do we is this what happened? We're doing Big Brother. I love it. I love it. We have so much to break down. I'm going to break down tonight's eviction episode, and then also live feed spoilers. As far as I know, the live feeds aren't back up yet, but I have been fully plugged in to the point where I know the moment that Lamar Odom allegedly, I can't even talk anymore, allegedly crapped the bed. That's right. In case you missed it, before we get into your first spoiler, and I'll wait to do the rest of the spoilers till after the episode breakdown, just in case some of you don't want spoilers. Lamar Odom crapped the bed. If no other YouTube channel has told you that, I will tell you that. Thank you for saying my hair looks great. He crapped the bed. Okay. And I've never felt more connected to Lamar in my life. I'll tell you that, because he's just keeping it all the way real. Everyone can relate to that feeling. He got bubble guts. Okay. He took 6 melatonin, according to him. I don't know if it's true. You know, I can't prove it. And then he was staying up late because the Chris Kirkpatrick thing, which if you watched my spoiler video that I did early this morning, Chris Kirkpatrick left the house for a period of time, went to a hotel. Some are saying it was due to a false positive COVID test. I don't know. Tasha K would call it herpes. It's not. It was COVID. Okay. Apparently. But also he got into some kind of disagreement, something with Mirai Nagasu. Some say she might have been bullying him. I don't know if that's true. Or she called him creepy. But either way, he had to stay at a hotel. And then he came back and he was like, I'm back. And they didn't address it in the episode at all. Okay. So I feel like the whole schedule was off because of that. And so they were getting called into the DR super late. And Lamar's like, Lammy got to go night. I got to go sleepy. And so he took melatonin, but then he was drinking, I think, warm milk or tea and milk. And I watched him, and I have screen grabs. He was pouring sugar like this in his warm milk and then vanilla extract, just watching it go in. And apparently he had too much, got the bubble guts with the melatonin, went to lay down to bed finally. And, you know, the milk upset his stomach, and then the melatonin made it hard for him to get to the crapper. You know what I mean? Or the clapper. So hashtag relatable. Then he took a shower, and then he really vigorously, as Mirai Nagasu was showering next to him with the little parishioner. That's not a parishioner. It's a partition. That's what I'm talking about. It's a late night Friday live. We're going to have fun. We're going to make jokes. We're going to be hilarious. Possibly. It's subjective. But she was like, wow, it sounds like you're washing very vigorously. And he goes, I knew. I am. That's what I'm doing. And then he just was getting all the soap in there. So yeah, way to go, Lamar. Hopefully Chloe was watching, because that nothing gets a gal back but like shitting yourself. Nothing. I'll tell you, if a guy can show me that he is real and he's not afraid to poop, I'm all in. I am 10 toes down. I'm in on this. Okay. But in all honesty, like it's so human. It's so human, Lamar. And Lamar is the comic relief that we need. There's a lot of comic relief on this season. So it's crazy. It's crazy. It's so crazy. Joleen was the guy that trolled us having the show. I mean, I think so. The whole concoction is sus. It's a sus concoction. It's for sure. Definitely the house guests in the house are passing along edibles to each other because it's legal in California. And they were just like passing along. And Teddy Mellencamp is, the Boy Scout. She's the brownie. She was like, don't show me. Don't show me any fun. Don't you show me edibles. But Shayna Mokler took edibles to go to sleep. And she was like, I hope I don't have nightmares. So who knows what he was putting in that. I don't know. Maybe Lammy's lactose. And he's like, Chloe, I need you. I shit myself. Maybe that was their love language. Some people's love language is taking care of others. And so maybe that was hers, acts of service or something. I don't know. You guys read the book, right? No, but your parents did. So yeah. And then TMZ picked up the story about Lamar shitting the bed. It was like so ridiculous because who hasn't shit a bed? Like, get over yourself. Okay. Kath Bath says the Partition, new alliance name for Mariah and Lamar. I wish, but they're still in that weird athletes alliance where it's just like, okay, is that even a thing? Because only 1% of that alliance knows how to play the game. And that percent is being told by Todrick. Okay. So I don't know. I love this freaking show. I don't care. Celebrity Big Brother is amazing and it's hilarious. And this episode was just more proof that none of these celebrities watched, very few watched even an episode because they're all like,
what's POV?
What's POV? What's HOA? What's HOH? What's a toilet? We don't know. We don't care. Okay, let's get into breaking down this episode, you guys. Make sure you smash that like. Yes. Okay, so we get into the episode, and the nominations just happened. So Misha put up Mariah and Carson, and Mariah had a very interesting reaction to being nominated. She was like, LOL, 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 LMAFO, LOLEL, MLAS. SAS, SOS, help me. She was just kept saying LOL. She was just she was speaking in acronyms. I don't know if this is, I wanted to look up how old Mariah Nagasu is because she's just such a baby. And I like her. So far from and if she's bullying Chris Kirkpatrick plus, okay, she's 28. So she's young, but I thought she was a lot younger. So Chris Kirkpatrick is HOH. So there you go. You heard it here first. Sorry. I wasn't supposed to do a spoiler. Apologies, but that was a joke. We're just kidding. We'll get to that later. Remind me, Brayden. Remind me. Okay. Yeah, she just kept going, LOL, 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 as she's put on the block. And then she started crying to Chris Kattan. And if you guys watch the live feeds, you know that Mariah Nagasu and Chris Kattan have a little friendship going on. She's like, I live in Boston. So next time you do one of those talk shows, I think she's a Gen Z baby, right? Gen Z would be 28. And I feel like the Gen Z babies, like late night talk shows and things like that aren't as big. Everything's online, everything. It's just a different world. When I was younger, it was like Conan O'Brien, that was like it. You go Conan O'Brien, you go to the Tonight Show, you go to Letterman. That's the only options you had. And now she's like, I don't know. Is there like a TikTok show in New York? Well, if you get invited, invite me. I'll take the train from Boston and I'll hang out with you. And Chris Kattan's like, really? Okay. That could be so fun. That would be so fun. So they have a little friendship going on. Then we get, so Mariah's crying to Chris Kattan and she's just LOLing while she's crying. Who doesn't? And then Misha is in the gym, which she's doing. Misha is food prepping. She's juicing. And she's in the gym nonstop because she's trying to drop weight. She was formerly in the UFC 135 weight class because she thought that's all she had. But apparently she can drop down and get her eagle on and also to a different weight class. So that's amazing. Go Misha Tate. However, according to a lot of the other women in the house, they're not loving her. They're not loving Misha. They think she's too pro guy. And they also think she doesn't clean up after herself. especially Teddy Mellencamp. She was like, she's not even picking up her stuff. Because who is Teddy Mellencamp if not complaining and passive aggressive and apparently all about the drama. And apparently when Misha makes her shakes and does her food prep, she just leaves the shit there. She's like, someone will pick it up. Someone with less strength will pick this up because you guys need to build your muscles. Mine are already here. So Misha is in the gym, just punching shit, just punching stuff. And Chris Kirkpatrick, I'm just going to call him Kirk. So Chris Kirkpatrick's new nickname is Kirky or Kirk. So Kirk is just staring at her in a very sweaty, loving way. He's just like, oh God, this is doing something for me. Because remember, allegedly, Mariah Nagasu said that Chris Kirkpatrick was kind of creepy. I'm not saying he's kind of creepy. I'm just saying that's what Mariah Nagasu said, allegedly. But we didn't hear anything about that. And then he went to a hotel with COVID or Tasha K herpes. We don't know. We're not sure. So he was just staring at her, just very, very sweatily going, wow, I'm never going to mess with her. And I'm just thinking, okay, Chris, calm down. Act like you've seen a lady with muscles before. But he is very much fangirling over Misha Tate. And a lot of the other people in the house are noticing that some of these guys are fangirling over Misha and they're over it. But let me pull this up so I got some screenshots for you guys so we can have a little bit of fun. Okay. Let's open this baby. I mean, this episode, I didn't know we were doing a 2-hour. I didn't know. So I was like, oh, I'll be online at 9 Pacific. And then I'm like, holy shit, Julie Chen, you are talking really slow. Okay, this must be Julie Chen Moonves because this is some really slow talking. So then Misha's just punching stuff and Chris is like, oh. And then they're talking about Mariah possibly being a double agent on the other side because right now the house is split very much down the middle. And he's like, sure, yeah, whatever you say. Cool. Nashville, go Jackson Mickey. Then we have a segment with Misha and Todrick talking about making a final 2 together. And this is something that Todrick has been swearing up and down. I don't have a final 2 with Misha. That is ridiculous. It's so crazy. Like we maybe possibly discussed that, but no, I don't. This is crazy. You guys are all cuckoo bananas if you think that I have a final 2 with Misha, which is crazy. She's my lady crush. I love her. It's the first woman I've ever truly loved and wanted to make babies with. But other than that, we're pretty platonic, if I can talk tonight. Let me take a sip of my Diet Coke. So Todrick and Misha are like, let's go to the end together. Let's make some big brother babies. Then we see Todrick with the Crocs. We had to see the high-heeled Crocs. This is what Big Brother was like. You guys should get the feeds. You know why? Todrick's wearing high-heeled Crocs. And that is such false advertising because the feeds are so much better than this weird Croc edit, even though it was very cute seeing Lamar and Todd Bridges walk in the heeled Crocs. And holy shit, can Todrick kick very high. I get that that's what dancers do, but damn, he might be cast in the next season of Cobra Kai on Netflix, possibly, maybe, allegedly. So then we go to Shayna Moakler apologizing yet again for calling Khloe Kardashian a donkey, maybe on Wendy Williams' show. Okay. And she's like, I thought we were talking about Kim, but I feel really bad about it. Wink, wink. Now I just think Courtney's a donkey. That's what she meant. And she was afraid when Lamar was in the house that he would remember that she one time years ago called Khloe or maybe it was his former, why did they say former fiance when they were married? I think it was Khloe. Calling Khloe a donkey. And I'm like, Lamar doesn't really remember where he is. Right now, he's just chill. He's super chill. He was wearing what was he wearing tonight, you guys? It's like a rug. It's a blanket. It's a rug blanket, shirt, sweater thing, I think. Yeah, for sure. So you guys know what I'm talking about. It's not an Afghan. No, it's not an Afghan, Joleen. It's something. You guys will put it in the chat and I'll go, yes, that's what it is. So Lamar's like, I don't know. I'm just here to sell my book and win back Khloe. So I have no idea what you guys are talking about. And then we go to the veto picks and they pick players for the veto. And it looks like, and by looks like, I mean, it does, it happened, it really happened, is that Todrick got picked by Mariah when she got house guest choice. And I just love how Julie has to explain everything. So basically, like, okay, now we're going to pick. And if you get house guest choice, that means you can choose another player. You. And Chris Kattan's just like, what? Chris Kattan's faces are amazing. Everyone is very confused. They don't know what is going on. It's almost like Julie is speaking Latin to them or something. She's asking them to do calculus. I don't know. That seems to be really hard to me. Maybe some of you, not so much. So Ryan Agassi is like, I'm going to pick Todrick. You know, he might play for me. And Todrick's like, yay. Because maybe if I win the POV and something happens with this Mon Juan twist, I won't have to worry if I win the power of veto. You know, I can keep myself safe. And then I can also prove to my girl crush, AKA my final two, Misha Tate, that I am DTF. Okay. I am down to fight for her. So then also Lamar gets picked. Obviously, you have Mariah Nagasu and Carson playing. You have Misha Tate playing, and Cynthia Bailey gets picked. And then Todrick talks to Misha up in the HOH room because they love talking to each other. And he's like, you know what? I know this is your HOH, but I'm going to run this shit. Who runs the world? Todrick. So Todrick goes upstairs and says, you know, I know you want to go after Chris Kattan, which that's a real big get there, girl. But what about Carson? I feel like we should really focus on Carson. He's well-liked. I knew him coming into the house. I feel like he likes RuPaul more than me. So I want him gone. And it's good for you because he eats the yolks of the eggs. And clearly you're very against that. So please, you know, please. DeZanne, thank you so much. Chris Kattan, Cynthia, and Carson are on the outs. What? And
what's POV?
What do you mean they're on the outs? That can't be. Oh my gosh, thank you for the first super chat. It is a poncho. Yes, it is a poncho. Thank you. Yeah, this Mon Juan twist was so twisted, super twisted. Okay. So then Misha's like, I don't know, Carson, we'll see. You know, then they do the veto competition and it's called Schedule Snafu. And basically they have a assistant who is most likely a high functioning alcoholic going to her job every day, but really worrying about partying and getting laid and living the good life and not living on this boring assistant ass job and having to, you know, do all this stuff for these celebrities. So she's like, here's your schedule. I didn't really plan it out well, so figure it out. NBD, not my problem. I'm going to go have a baby. And so then she goes out to the bar and she's like, I got White Claws to drink. I don't have time for this. So then they have to basically do a word problem and figure out how they're going to get to all the places in the right order in the right amount of time. And I thought it was an interesting comp. I'm never down for a riddle. That's not really my forte. I don't enjoy anything where I have to guess and do math, but you know, it was okay. And so I thought, you know, the setup was cute, schedule snafu, but overall, everyone pretty much sucked at it except for, the assistant was really funny. I could relate, #relatable, because she was just like, bored dumb. I'd rather be getting a pap smear. Can we get this going? Hold on 1 second, you guys. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, my husband's playing Rocket Dog League, and I can hear him. And I can hear you too. I want to be the only star tonight. Okay. All right. So, schedule snafu. Lamar times out. He's like, I don't really want to win this, and we're like, we know, Lamar. We know. Misha gets 8 minutes and 58 seconds. Todrick does it in 16 minutes and 52 seconds. Mariah does it in 16 minutes and 58 seconds. Cynthia gets it in 22 minutes and 43 seconds. But Carson gets it in 3 minutes and 54 seconds. He has some kind of like savant moment where he's just like, I'm going to put this here, and that is a Joanne Fabrics masterpiece. Yes, I just created something so beautiful. And sure enough, he gets the best score, but we don't know that yet. Mariah talks to Misha and she's like, okay, my life is in your hands. Yes, let's have a goal of getting to 700 likes, you guys. I think we can do it. 133 people watching. We can definitely get 700 likes, right? That's the kind of math I'm down for. Vanessa Smith, hello, friend. Yes, Snow Flow Pilates. And Vanessa Smith is an amazing Pilates instructor. So what did you think about Snow Flow, Vanessa? Do you approve as a professional Pilates instructor? I honestly don't think Lamar threw it on purpose. I think Lamar, very much like me, was like, what word math problems? I'll pretend to throw it. So Mariah talks to Misha and she's talking deals. I'll do whatever. I'll, carry a baby for you, whatever you need. And then Todrick enters the room because he's like, oops, my HOH, non-HOH is calling. Clearly, Misha can't make a decision on her own. So he heads up there and they talk about, well, if you win HOH, would we be safe? And we go after Carson because we have decided that Carson is now our biggest threat because, correction, they do know the times. Okay, so now they've seen that Carson just did this word math puzzle thingy, word problem in 3 minutes and 54 seconds. They can't believe it. They're just like, duh. Todrick is like, he might be 52, but he's good. I was thinking, yeah, he's only 52. Yes, I realize that he has a couple fake hips, possibly, maybe, I think. And they might have widened the staircase for everyone over 50 this season and made real stairs. But Carson is fully capable and he's a total badass at this game so far. But I love how they just like, he's 52. I mean, he might be old AF, but he can actually do shit. It's super weird. Brayden, we don't know if Lamar knows what that means or if the producer said, did you throw it? And he goes, what does that mean? You threw the comp. I did totally do that. So we don't know. With Lamar, I feel like he's just so chill. You never know. But yeah, Carson's victory little dance was so adorable. And I don't think there is a more delightful man right now. I didn't know I could like a man this much other than my husband. Do you know what I mean? But I very much enjoy Carson. And they're shook that he's 52 and he can do stuff. So Mariah's like, yeah, Misha, sure, whatever. I will go after Carson. I'll keep you safe, whatever I have to say in this house because I'm sick of saying LOL. Then Todrick enters, like I said, the HOH room. So then he's like, okay, fine, but just don't let it get back to me. All right. Because I packed enough onesies, adorable furry onesies, to last this whole season. Chada, aka Hannah from BB23, is currently staying at my house with Kyland. And a bunch of the cookout members and Derek X are going to be visiting. So I can't really even go home right now because the cookout's at my house. So I need to stay here. And that is true. I think Chada is taking care of his house and a bunch of them are going to be going there, allegedly. So then Shayna goes to talk to Misha and Miss Shayna. And just like I said in my other video and what's being said all over Twitter, Shayna is really at this point playing the game Todrick thinks he's playing because people don't know that Shayna is being such a little double crosser, such a double agent. And she basically tells Misha, like, I was in this alliance called Formation, but it's basically fallen apart, just like Khloe Kardashian and Kourtney Kardashian's faces. Nope. Okay. Sorry. Take that back. Sometimes I slip up. I've had an edible. So she says it went to hell in a handbasket. And she offers to be Misha's plant. She goes, I mean, it's not my finest moment, but I'll do it. I will report back to you, everything. Okay, fine. Just keep me in the house because I have a lot more shit to talk about the Kardashians while pretending not to talk shit about the Kardashians. Todrick then talks to Misha in the gym and he talks to her about putting up Teddy because at this point, Misha's like, okay, then if we take Mariah down or if we save her, we can always put up Chris Kattan. And Todrick's like, you know what? But I think Teddy. And let me tell you why. Because Carson's clearly the evil mastermind. He's the dictator within the house. And once to take down an evil dictator, you have to take down one of his resources, one of his allies. And Teddy's one of his biggest ones. And we can't take Cynthia because she has the Nam now, the Monwan advantage curse. And so we can't take her out. So let's take Teddy out. And Misha's like, I'm listening, but I'm also thinking about my muscles and cutting weight and how I'm not going to pick up after my food prep, but I'm listening. Then Todrick is like, I have such a crush on you. I've never even liked a girl before. That's so weird. I want to do all the stuff to you. I want to lift your leg. I want to lift my leg. I want to lift our legs. I am so attracted to you. It seems like you can bench press me, which is super hot. And, let's make this happen. And she goes, that's cute. Thank you, Todrick. And he's like, no problem. But seriously, if you're down, I'm, not doing anything. I'm just kind of hanging out in the house. But he fully confesses his little crush. And just the way he was looking at her in the gym, he's like, looking at her legs, her muscles, her booty. So then Misha pulls Teddy into the HOH. She's like, I better give her the heads up that I am now, since Carson's taking himself off the block. Sorry, not Mariah's taking herself off the block. Carson is taking himself off the block. The replacement nom, I was going to say Chris Kattan, but now Todrick, who is in love with me, is saying I should put Teddy because that's going to go after Carson. And I'm worried about Carson because Misha keeps saying people like Carson win this game. What charismatic, kind, and good players win this game? What? Explain that to civilian Big Brother in so many seasons. Those people usually get America's favorite player. But I digress. Sometimes they win. And then, so she pulls Teddy, and Teddy's like, what's up, bro? What's going on? It's just me, Ted Dog, Teddy Bear, Ted Dog. What's up? Me? What? Are you putting me up? No, you can't. It's not possible. You told me you wouldn't. It's like this is a game about deception and lies, and the last person standing gets $250,000. I don't even care about the money. Do you see the size of my ring? I can't believe you're doing this to me. This is the worst way to go. I have integrity. Did I mention I have integrity? I also have accountability. I love to be accountable. You should be accountable. How dare you? I'm a mom. You're a mom. We're moms. We do mom stuff. Ugh. I was going to give you my high-waisted yoga pants. No, I'm not. We both have cesarean scars. It's not fair. We should be in this together, but we're not. You're so evil. And she cries. And it's like, Ted Dog, you're doing a lot. Okay? Also, you shouldn't have wore that ring because Todrick keeps going on and on about how Todrick watched too much. He's been hanging out with too many civilians for civilian Big Brother, for regular people Big Brother, because he's like, Tay doesn't even need the money. Yeah, most people now don't need the money. A couple do, but there's a lot of them that don't need it. But Teddy's just walking in with a house on her hand going, I can't believe you're getting rid of me. That's so weird. She literally, her ring is like, oh my God, I really want to play this game. It's not fair. What? Why am I famous? Well, my dad. I mean, me. I'm all in. Get it? That's my brand. It's a starvation diet, allegedly. And just so much. But you know what? Teddy is, for all that I say and kid about Teddy, she actually did play this game. I mean, the way Teddy does with integrity. But I mean, was it really integrity for all this stuff? I don't know. We'll see. But she's like, oh my God, mom to mom, I can't believe you're doing this to me. Give me a fighting chance. I just don't want to be the first to go home. And Teddy doesn't want to be the first to go home because she's trying to break this image issue she has after the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She has a serious online image issue if she gives a shit, which I think she does. And so she wants to prove that she's not boring and just a castaway. Someone you just go, okay, you're done. And she thinks going home first, looks like she's, again, boring. Someone who just kind of fades into the back. But I don't think she was boring on this show at all. So Teddy, you should be happy. Like, you brought some drama, girl. You did the damn thing. So then they go to the veto ceremony, and it's the Mon Wan. And obviously Carson takes himself off the block. And then Teddy is the replacement. She's like, I can't believe this is happening to me. This is so wrong. This is like that time that my dad wouldn't buy me a Mercedes and instead he bought me a BMW. And I was like, this is bullshit, Dad. I hate you, John Cougar Mellencamp. I hate you. I don't know why I sound like that kid from South Park. I don't even remember his name, but I sound like a kid from South Park right now. Okay. Then Mariah talks with Lamar about racial tension. So they have this important conversation about racism in America and how she recently learned that a lot of Black Americans and Asian Americans were not able to participate in figure skating. And she's like, I can't believe that. And also how she feels that Boston still has a lot of racial tension and how she is on the wall at where the Celtics play. I don't know a lot about football or baseball or basketball or whatever, but I know a little about hockey. That's about it. But apparently she's on a wall. So good for you, Mariah. You're a badass. And then Lamar's like, yeah, I mean, this country was founded on racism. And my grandmother, told me that I should keep, going forward, and you should, judge everyone by the content of their character. Just good advice. And Lamar said something that was really beautiful. Like he said, one of his best experiences was playing in the Olympics, and representing his country and being an American. He said he's proud to be an American. But then he said, you would like the country to represent you as well. And I was like, dang, Lammy, that's deep. That was good. That was really deep. So they had this nice conversation and I loved it. But I still feel like we could have a conversation about what happened to Mariah, because there's all this talk on the live feeds that Mariah allegedly lost her shit and got really upset and was calling people. She called Chris Kirkpatrick crazy, allegedly. This is according to Teddy Mellencamp. And then she called Todd Bridges a racist, according to Teddy Mellencamp. There's a lot. We'll get to that when we get to the spoilers. So I'm thinking, what happened? And she cried for 3 to 4 days, they were saying, and freaked out, and then was fine. And said the guys were creeping her out. But then, according to Teddy Mellencamp, started giving out massages to Lamar, which Teddy just couldn't believe. How could you do that? I don't know, because she's 28 and single and young, and maybe he was sore. Why be so judgy, married lady? She could totally do that. If 1 minute she's just like, I don't know if I'm comfortable. Maybe she got comfy. Jeez, Teddy, come on. It's like having the camp counselor there with you. Like, oh my God, RA alert, boring. Let the girl live. Sometimes I've had so many times in my life when I've been crying and freaking out. And then the next day I was like, everything is awesome. I'm going to listen to Tegan and Sarah all day and, go look for dudes. Like, hello, that's what you do. Okay. So after that, Teddy talks to Cynthia and Carson, like, I can't believe I'm on the block. What are we going to do, bros? I'm going to have to probably start campaigning. And Cynthia's like, that would be a good idea. And Teddy's like, God, I don't want to. It's not in my vocabulary. It's not in myself. I'm not going to kiss ass. Not doing it. John Cougar Mellencamp didn't raise me to kiss ass. So she campaigns, and she does a decent job campaigning. The one thing about Teddy's campaigning is she doesn't campaign very nicely. Some of her campaign pitches were, I'm not going to do dishes anymore. What? So Lamar at one point on the feeds was like, all right, bye then. Because Teddy's just momming out and doing the dishes. And I'm just like, what? And then she's like, I'm not doing it anymore. So when she left tonight, she said, have fun doing the dishes. It's like, oh my God, Teddy, calm down. But even when she was talking to Todd Bridges, she's like, you should keep me. What's up, bro? Like she kind of bucked up, I felt like. I know I'm exaggerating, but I was like, Teddy, maybe lead with your soft voice, like, hi, Todd, how are you? You look great. I am just in awe to be in a house with such a legend. So nice to see you. Oh God, you're handsome. Are those new glasses? Any hooser. Just curious, are you going to keep me in the house? And if you do, I think I could be a great asset to your game. But instead, she's just like, just keep me. It's a big deal. God. It's like, you guys are like, oh, you're so mean to me. Of course, I'm hurt. She was talking to Chris Kattan in the episode. She's like, yeah, my feelings are hurt. Chris is like, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're very hurt. Yeah. I don't know. But you at least don't have to sleep in the same room as Todd. He won't shut the F up with the snores. Okay? The guy stops breathing, and then he's breathing too much, and it's very loud. So he's like, God, Chris, I'm talking about me. Very upset. So her campaigning, she fought. She did fight. On the feed, she fought. But I feel like she could have been a little softer in her approach when you want people to do something. Misha Tate's probably the only one that can literally bully people with muscle in this house, if she wanted to. But Teddy, you should have been all in on being a little nicer in your pitch to stay. At least if she talked to me like that, I'd be like, I'm definitely voting you out. I'm definitely voting you out. Okay. So then Teddy campaigns. Then There's the nom now twist, Julie tells them. And that's when we learn that nom, the mon wow is the nom now. So basically Cynthia has to stand in front of everyone and they have to play that pass around the bag again. And as they pass around the bag, this time the last person who holding the bag is not safe like Cynthia was. It's the person who's going to be the replacement nom right there live at the live eviction tonight. So whoever ended up holding the bag last is the person that now has to go on the block. Not only do they have to go on the block, they have to pick the person they want to take off the block to put themselves up. That is cruel and unusual and fantastic punishment, Big Brother. It was I liked it. Maybe I'm going to change my mind, but right now, I liked it. Teddy is a surfer dude. She's like, guys, seriously, stop. Get out of here. God, I just want to stay in this house. It's a big deal. I still want to be first to go. God, my extensions are going to last another 3 weeks before you can see it. The grow out, bro. Come on. So, it ends up being dun, dun. I need my dun, dun, dun. It ends up being Toodles, Todd Bridges. And I don't want Toodles to go because I love Toodles. I am enjoying his stories. I like that he does have a strategy, you guys, and his strategy is to pretend he doesn't care. But really, he kind of knows what's going on. Okay? So Toodles is left holding the bag, and Toodles like, really? Really? Me? Because Chris Kattan is the last one that gets to pick between Lamar and Toodles. And he, of course, picks Toodles because Todd Bridges and Chris Kattan, they should work together. They should have the CPAP Alliance. They should have the Sleep Apnea Alliance. They should have something. The Sleepy Guys, a Boomer City Township, something. But instead, they're kind of working against each other. And I'm thinking, why would these two not be working together? But I think with Kattan, he's like, he snores. And with Todd Bridges, he's like, he's little. Something. I don't know. They just don't like each other for weird reasons. I haven't really figured out why, but I'm thinking, you dudes, you bros should be working together. But I think they think they're working with other people. So then Todd's like, really? Really? And Chris is like, it's just a game. Just a game, guy. Come on. It's just a game. And Todd's like, whatever. And they have to give their speeches. And Todd says, do what you want. He's just such a boss about it, but also not a good speech, Todd. Not at all a good speech. Hilarious, but not a good speech. Okay. And so then Teddy goes, oh, she has this whole thing like, thank you so much. Like, Todd, thank you so much for your stories. It's been freaking amazing, man. Just like listening to you and thinking about my dad. It's awesome. And, I had a really good time. This is my binky. I'm holding on to my baby's binky. You know what I mean? I sleep with it, suck my thumb, and love my kids. Teddy does. She loves her kids. That's no shade at her kids. So please don't leave comments like, Joleen, don't make fun of babies. I love babies. Okay. There's only been one baby I've ever met that I didn't like, and I'm not going to talk about them because it's not nice to talk about children. Okay. So Teddy is just like, this is great. Thank you guys so much. Do the right thing. I love you guys. This is really fun. Do you guys like this suit coat shorts action? I love sequins. Could someone get me hired back on the Real Housewives? God, Beverly Hills, God, it's so hard. And then Teddy goes, this is the worst way to go out. So as her mic's kind of coming down and Julie Chen's about to talk again, she goes, also, this is the worst way to go out. This is the worst. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. What? This is the worst way to go out. Because she can't believe, how dare I get backdoored? And how dare I not get a fighting chance? I have integrity. And I have all accountability and integrity, which are the most important things about this game. It's like neither of those things are important when it comes to this game. Yeah, she definitely got pissed halfway through her speech. And she's like, this is the worst way to go out. You guys are all great. Thank you so much. Show it to my dad, John Cougs, Meg Ryan, take him back. But this is the worst way to go out. Sucks. Okay. And then she gets voted out because Shayna Moakler has to show her hand now because the vote was so interesting. And I saw someone tweet something very interesting on the feeds. How many times can I say interesting? That's interesting. And not on the feeds, I'm sorry, on Twitter. And they were saying, this is why you need to cast older people, because older people tend not to just fall in line and go with the main alliance. As we see, there's lots of drama and makeup to break up, because when you're young and dumb and just like, is this Love Island? Oh, it's not. Maybe after I'll get some sponsors. Cool. Instagram, what? TikTok. These people, they remember when phones had cords. Like, they remember the hard life, the spinny cords. You'd wrap it on your finger and get to a point where you'd start to lose blood in your finger and it would turn colors. You're like, I got to get it off. I got to get it off. I got to get it off. So they remember call waiting. They remember before call waiting. Some of these people. And so they're more apt to, make moves and not follow along with the group, because they're getting to the age where it's like, get off my lawn. And it's just more fun to watch. Okay. I know that's how I'm getting as I get older. So Teddy leaves and Shayna has to show her hand, and Shayna has to vote, Teddy out, because she's made these deals and these promises, but it probably wasn't the best for her game now that Carson and why did I take this screen? This is like the worst screen grab of Carson. Now that, the Carson and Cynthia, they know. And so we'll see what happens with Shayna. She's going to have a lot of explaining to do. But this was a cute moment between Julie Chen and Carson. She was like, Carson, you're so handsome. He was like, stop, Jules, darling. Thank you. And I'm thinking, Julie, I don't know if you should be that nice to Carson. I feel like he's going to come and swoop up your job. So then Teddy gets her stuff. She's like, God, you guys, I can't even believe you guys would do this. This is like such bullshit. Shayna's like, oh my God. And she's the best thing about this episode was all the issues that we had. Okay. So first of all, I thought I had a screen grab of this. So obviously Todd, Teddy on the block, blobbity blue. And when Chris Kirkpatrick when Chris Kattan, SNL Chris, after he came out of the DR and he was voting, he just stood there in front of everyone. And Julie was about to go to break and he doesn't ever know what's going on. And I love it. And he's just like standing there like, someone going to tag me out, tag me in? Is this an improv scene? What's happening? And everyone's like, oh my God, Chris, you can sit down. You can totally sit. It's so funny. It's so cute that you think you can't sit. He's like, I didn't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. But nobody knew what was going on. He came out to vote from voting. He's just like, do I stand here? Do I stand up here? Everyone's like, oh my God, Chris, you can sit down. You can sit down. So there was that moment. And then there's the moment when Teddy has to leave and Lamar goes, we got to walk her to the door. We got to walk her out. Oh, okay. We got to carry her bags. Like, what do we have to? Lamar he goes, can I sit down? Can I sit down? And they're like, no, we have to walk her up. And then he whispers something to Todd Bridges. And I think he whispers, it's working. Keep playing dumb. This is fun. These people are weird. So he's like, I stole Teddy's binky. Or he just said, I shit myself again. I'm going to shit the bed on purpose tonight. Whatever Lamar's doing to troll this season, I love it. Keep going, Lamar. He's just trolling. He's like, I shit in Teddy's bed. Okay, bye. But Lamar was just like, well, we got to walk her out. Where's the door? Is this Big Brother? On the feeds, you guys, he said, who's Julie Chen? And they're like, Julie Chen. Oh, yeah, Julie Chen. I think she interviewed me once. Yeah, probably. Lamar, I love it. I just love it. And so then Teddy leaves and she's like, God, you guys, this is the worst. It's the worst way to go out. I can't believe you guys would do this to me. God, I'm going to find you, Shayna. And I'm going to Dateline NBC you. Just wait. She didn't say that, but she's very upset. At this point, she doesn't know who betrayed her. And Shayna's crying. And Lamar's like, do all night long. All night long. Lamar's just like, do. I'm wearing a poncho. We got edibles. I shit the bed. Can't drink milk. He's just very much in a good mood. And everyone's like, oh, and he's like, why are we crying? What's going on? Why is everyone so sad? And Shane's like, I'm crying. He's like, why? What? She's alive. It's not a freaking funeral. Like, she's fine. She's just right out the door there. Big deal. Huh? Where is this Big Brother? Are we on, what is this, CBS? Is this NBC? Oh, CBS. Oh, okay. Well, then maybe you should be crying. That's what Lamar said. Just kidding. We love CBS. So Lamar got to walk her out. Why is everyone crying? She's still alive. my favorite was they're like, oh, Teddy's picture turned black and white. And Lamar goes, what does that mean? I'm just like, this is just the best. I love Celebrity Big Brother for these reasons. I just love it. We don't need our celebrities to fully know what's going on all the time. We do need them to want to be there, but this is hilarious. Okay. I'm not wearing a Todrick inspired look. He just copies my fashion. He has forever. Todrick, get your own fashion. Seriously, stop copying a 41-year-old woman. It is pathetic. No, okay. Now I'm wearing a bear sweatshirt from Target, but thank you. And gold chains, because who doesn't wear that? All right. And then Teddy goes out to be interviewed by Julie Chen, and Julie Chen's like, I can't touch you. I can't hug you. I'm not sure if I like you. COVID. And she's like, that's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. God. And then she tells her who voted for who. And she goes, Shayna voted for me? For real? Shayna Moak? I knew it. Because I could tell, because one day she was really upset. She was like, bro, I'm going to have to go. And I was like, dude, Shayna, I don't know if you're going to have to go home. And then she went up to the HOH room. And I knew she probably made a deal, threw me under the bus because I'm the biggest target. I'm actually, you know what? I'm fine. I'm actually fine. I can't wait to see my kids. And I'm fine because I am ultimately the biggest threat. So I'm taking his compliment. I'm so happy about it. Big deal. John Cougar Mellencamp, Dad, what's up? I'm coming home, baby. I can't wait to see Edwin. And that's how Teddy's season ended. But in all honesty, Teddy, I mean, you did campaign. You really, I loved that you didn't want to be the first one to go home. And because you do have something to prove in the court of public opinion and stuff. But either way, like, you fought to be there. Some celebrities would just give up. So I appreciate someone that fights and acts like they really want to be there. And that was Teddy Mellencamp. So I would say, Teddy, this was a better performance than Beverly Hills. Now, we will get to some things you said where it's like on the live feeds where I was like, Ted Dog, for real? For real? But other than that, I mean, you tried. So yeah, there we go. Teddy will be a bitter jerk. Teddy's like, okay, wait, you go and tweet, bro. She was telling Cynthia. So now we'll get to spoilers. So if you just like the episode breakdown, that is over. We'll get into some live feed stuff. Got my own hair on there. She was like, you guys, if I do go home, which I shouldn't go home because I'm freaking rad and I'm all about accountability and I'm sick of picking up after people. I got a lot of hats and I will borrow you guys some athleisure if you keep me. Okay, do it. She was like, I can't wait to leave. I'm going to tweet like so much. I'm going to tweet it up. Like, oh my God, you guys, my Twitter's going to be fire. It's going to be fire. So yeah, bless her heart. She tried 5-3. Teddy surprised me too. I thought she would like cry more, but she definitely didn't. Okay. She goes, have fun washing the dishes, bitches. And then she left. And I was like, oh my God, Teddy, you got backstabbed. You got backstabbed by Shauna Mokler. You got the backstabbies. Okay. So now let's get into the live feeds, you guys. I know they're back on, but I have been watching them non-stop. And I want to talk a little bit about what's going on. Okay, we talked about Lamar. He shit himself. That was the best. And I love that he was just very open about it. And he was like, yeah, I crapped the bed. So big deal, And he was also eating these, like, they've all been eating these, like, beef jerky type stick things that he's like, those ones give you bubble guts, plus milk, plus a ton of sugar in the milk, plus heated up, plus 6 melatonin, plus vanilla extract, pouring it in like it's water will make you crap your bed. And you'll get the bubble guts. Like I said, the house guests are taking gummies in the house. Cynthia Bailey told this morning, she was like, what time is it? Here's the deal. It's in my contract that I could sleep till 10. So it's 9. So I'm going to go to sleep for another hour. And I just want to tell everyone, Americans, non-Americans, but mostly Americans, because I think we put work such a high priority, and really they should be working for us in more ways. Okay. So be the Cynthia Bailey you want to see in the world. So negotiate your times better and get that 10 a.m. start time. Negotiate that in your contract. I loved it. She was like, my contract, she put on her shades and she laid down. She goes, oh, well, my contract, I said, I'm not getting out of bed till 10. So nighty night, bitches. And sure enough, she went back to sleep and it was pretty amazing. And now she is my new hero. She is, the rich working class hero for everybody. I loved it. Okay, let's make sure I got the right things here. Thank you guys for your patience with me as I go through my screen shots. Okay. So, yeah, Cynthia Bailey, not getting out of bed till 10 because that's in my contract. A lot of hate going on for Misha right now. Misha Tate, there is no love lost between the remaining women in the house. And this is, Teddy was obviously still in the house then, and Misha Tate. Shayna said that Misha has no emotion in her voice. And Teddy says Misha only thinks about game. They're like, she's boring. She doesn't pick up after her meal prep and her food prep and her juicing. We have to pick up after her. She just talks about games. She can't turn it off. She's not even nice to people. She has a hard time. So they're very curious when she has to leave the HOH room and come down with all the little celebrities that weren't HOH and sleep amongst the non-winners, the non-HOH winners, how she'll behave. Because they're like, she has a really hard time being nice to people. We can tell. And yeah, I mean, Misha, watching her on the feeds, she seems annoying. But I think that's just, she does have RBF, which isn't her fault. And the girl is training for cage fighting and trying to drop weight. And it looks really boring. Okay. It's like your worst CrossFit friend times 100 for real. And so that's what her life is all about. But that's the way she makes money, But I can see where the other ladies are kind of like, ugh. And she's got that Athletes Alliance, which is kind of boring. But, that's what she's doing. Okay. So the women are over Misha and her having power. And they think she's like acting high and mighty. And she has that kind of attitude and cleaning up after her. Like I said, they just don't want to. Shayna talked about Todd's tattoo, which, hello, who doesn't want a futuristic cop tattoo? That Todd's tattoo is the best thing I might have ever seen. And Shayna loves it so much that she told Todd she wants a pic of it to hang in her house so that it will make her smile every time she puts it up. And I really relate to that. I really, really relate to that. Okay. Yes, Shayna's flip sides. So it was hard to tell on the feeds because Shayna was playing it pretty well. She would say, she'd be talking to Chris, or she'd be talking to Kirk. That's Chris Kirkpatrick. And Todrick. And she's like, yeah, I'm totally with you guys. But then she would talk to Carson, Cynthia, and Teddy. And she's like, oh my God, I'm totally with you guys. And so she was playing these two sides until this vote kind of had to expose her game. Todrick is going around the house, you guys. And I don't know why Todrick is pretending to be impoverished. But he is being like, I need this money. Other people don't need this money. Teddy doesn't need this money. And yeah, Teddy does come off a lot more, entitled. The other house guests have said. I know that Misha Tate finds Teddy very entitled, and Misha has also jumped on this narrative that Todrick seemed to have spread, that only someone who needs the money should win. This is Celebrity Big Brother. Okay. Everybody has money for the most part. So it's kind of strange, that this is his thing that he's doing. But Todrick's like, I need this. I got a tour coming up. Like, I need this money. So he's playing. I just think Todrick has been hanging out with regular Big Brother players and, having the cookout stay with him. So he's talking as if he doesn't live in a beautiful home in Los Angeles, which is probably worth millions. But he's acting like, I need this, or I don't know if I'll be able to eat tomorrow. And then in the next breath, he's like, I was actually thinking about buying the original hat of the Wicked Witch of the West, because, Todrick is all in on Wicked and the Wizard of Oz. And he has a Wizard of Oz room that Ozza slept in when she stayed there. And it's a pretty cool room in his house. But he was like, I was going to buy that for $250,000. But then I thought, should I do that or put that towards a lot of my down payment on my house? I mean, I put more down on my house, but something. So as he's saying he needs money, he's talking about this $250,000 thing, and Teddy wouldn't drop that. That was part of her campaigning. She was just like, it's not even about who really needs money, because people are saying they need the money, but you got Todrick who wanted to buy a witch's hat for 250, or she said a costume, but I think it was the original Wicked Witch of the West, her hat from the movie, for $250,000. And I would say that's probably not a problem. And I'm thinking, Teddy, I don't think you understand money. I don't think anyone kind of born into it like that and the child of a celebrity really ever gets the concept of struggle or money. Where Todrick, he did start as a normal person and then got famous. But Teddy was always under the umbrella and veil of money. But it was just very interesting. She just kept throwing that in. Well, he said he was going to buy this hat for $250,000. Okay. Yeah, Todd Bridges isn't rich, but he did say that he has a good retirement. But if anything, Todd probably, not trying to think other people, but Todd probably needs the money. Yeah. That's the thing. Even when they do this in regular Big Brother, I'm always like, it doesn't matter who comes in with how much money. It's whoever plays the game best. I don't really think you should be like, well, I'm poor, so I should get it. That's just not really, and I'm like someone who, well, I don't know. I don't want to talk about politics, but I was going to say, I'm like a progressive person who is all like, hey, we should help people and stuff. I'm not like, but I just think this game shouldn't be about that. It shouldn't be like, who's the poorest? Because it's not who's the poorest. It's Big Brother, Okay. So let's see. So we have that going on, and Todrick being like, I really need this money. I need it so bad. It's crazy how bad I need it. I just need it. I need it more than anybody. And Cynthia's like, I only get up at 10 a.m. because it's in my contract. Cynthia, it was so funny this morning on the live feeds. Some of the house guests, the celebrities, were reenacting scenes from Coming to America. I think it was Coming to America. And it was just so funny. It was like Lamar and Todd Bridges and Cynthia, and they were in the chocolate room. And I think Shayna was in there and a couple other people. And they were able to get away with saying some of the lines. But it was so amazing to just watch them. And it was really, really entertaining. And Cynthia starts interviewing Todd Bridges, because that was her celebrity crush back in the day, and she's very interested in his career because Todd has fantastic stories for the live feeds, because he has worked with he's iconic himself and has worked with really iconic people in television and has done so many amazing things in his career. So she was interviewing him, and she also said that she would like to produce a Different Strokes documentary. And Todd's like, okay, yeah. I don't think he realizes maybe how serious Cynthia probably would want to do something like that. And she asked him what his favorite part was. And I like to talk about these little things that aren't necessarily strategy, because this is Celebrity Big Brother and I'm all in on the entertainment of the feeds with Celebrity Big Brother. So he said his favorite part was Little House on the Prairie, because he got some great monologues. And then he said he was on some show called Here's Boomer, and everyone was like, what is that? What was that? And he goes, yeah, I was on Here's Boomer. And nobody really knew what that show was. I think Cynthia remembered it when she was like in utero in her mom's belly or something. But otherwise, nobody knew. And Todd's like, yeah, that's how, that was back in 1919. I think it's crazy. Good root beer. So then Todrick tells everyone, okay, I have the best idea ever. Let's have the after party at my house. Because as of now, I think Kirk, aka Chris Kirkpatrick, he wants to have the after party at Rocco's. Does Lance Bass own that? Somebody owns that. Some restaurant. Todrick's like, no, we have to do it at my house. Oh my God, you guys have to. I mean, if you want to. No big deal. No big deal. All right. So Teddy thinks Chris Kattan is confused by the mission at hand. And the mission at hand, she has told him, is to vote to save her and vote out Mariah. And she's like, I think he's confused. I don't think he knows what's going on. It's like, dude, come on, bro. Seriously, I don't think he knows what's going on. It's really frustrating. So she talks to Carson like, I think he's confused. She's acting like he has full-on dementia or something. Teddy was doing a lot, and she was definitely trying to stay. And this is when she starts talking about, Todrick says he's hurting for money, but he wanted to spend $250,000 on a costume. Oh, give me a break. Okay, that tracks. Not. Ha 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 ha. Thought it was a booger, but it's not. Okay. Teddy was just going on about Todrick. She's very mad at Todrick. And we saw a little bit of that, I think, in tonight's episode, but she feels as though Todrick, he held my hand and we cried at night and it was like so bullshit. And then all of a sudden, now he like wants to take me out and he's on this other, and you didn't tell me that they were talking about backdooring me. It's crazy. Sucks. And she also was going around telling everyone that Todrick likes to talk about himself. You know, he kind of does. He enjoys a conversation about himself, for sure. For sure. Teddy was doing one last product placement today, wearing her all in t-shirt. She was like, look at me, I'm all in. And I think Todd or somebody, or maybe it was Lamar, asked about it. Shayna and at this point, Shayna and Teddy dislike Misha so much that they were trying to think of the fighter who beat Misha in a fight. They're like, who's that chick that beat her? Ronda Rousey. Oh my God. And then said Misha thinks she's a priority over everyone. That's what they were saying. They're definitely talking shit about Misha. And then Shayna looked up at the camera at one point. She goes, oh, Ronda beat her? Love you, Ronda. So they don't like her. They don't like her. Todd, this is the most boomer problem ever, but Todd Bridges can't tweet because they're able to kind of tweet from inside the Celebrity Big Brother house because he's like, are you guys tweeting? So weird. You're tweeting? I can't tweet. I don't have my password. I can't remember my password. I didn't know. And they're like, oh, you're supposed to give it to them before. And yeah, I didn't know it then. So I don't know if Todd has ever tweeted before, but it was it was so Nana. If you guys watch my shows with Nana, I just felt like my mom was talking to me through the live feeds through Todd Bridges, which of course she would talk to me through Todd Bridges. And even though she's still alive. And he was like, yeah, I would love to tweet. I love Twitter, but I don't have my password. Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys know, does everyone have the same password? Because mine was just 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that everybody's? No? Oh, it's a risky one? Okay. Well, I don't know. My password's password. That's what all my boomer friends told me to make it password. Okay. But apparently no. Yeah. All right. Guess it's not. Todd Bridges has been calling Teddy Crunch on the live feeds. And I don't know what that's about, but I kind of love it because Todd, Lamar, and Chris Kattan really can't remember anyone's name. And they're not really bothered by it. It's 9 days in, 9 days plus, and they're just like, what's your name? They have no idea. A lot of people's names. So he's been calling her Crunch, and I think that tracks. Because she's like crunchy granola. No, she's not. But she, it's like Crunch Fitness or whatever. So apparently, Teddy has been sharing a lot of what allegedly went down, according to her. I'm assuming it's because maybe the Crunch Fitness, the gym or something like that, because that's all she talks about, accountability and working out and integrity. And I want to be a good example for my kids. Cool. Then don't join a show where the game is to basically, get your way to the end and expect the unexpected. And there's no rules. You don't have to be honest to get yourself to the end. So Teddy was talking a lot about, like I said, this alleged crazy meltdown Mariah had. Some of these people talk as if Mariah just lost her shit. Do you guys remember BB Can 9 and Josh from BB Can 9? I wonder if she had just like a Josh moment. And his was iconic and epic. So I don't know if it's that or Teddy explains like she was having an emotional breakdown. She was freaking out. So she was saying that at one time before the feed started, Mariah was talking to the camera in the bathroom. And during a meltdown she was allegedly having, according to certain people in the house, and yelling at the camera. And apparently she was talking about Todd and Kattan. And she's like, why am I on the block when these losers don't even want to be here? That is according to other people. I haven't heard her say this, but I think that would have been an iconic moment to hear. So she said, why am I on the block when these losers don't even want to be here? And then apparently, allegedly, I should say, she thinks, according to Teddy and a couple others in the house, that Todd and Kattan actually Todd was saying this. Todd was saying that they were talking racial or something. I don't know if it was racist or racial because the feeds cut immediately when he said that. They were talking racial talk to each other or racist talk to each other, and then the feeds cut. And he was in the HOH room with Misha being like, yeah, she thought we were talking racial talk or racist talk. And Teddy has previously said that Mariah thought Todd was racist. But we missed so much good stuff. But we don't know really what was said. And this has now become telephone because Todd is saying that she said that he and Catan were talking racial talk to each other. And then Teddy's saying, she said Todd was racist. Dude, that's like crazy. So who knows what was really said. And we do know that just from tonight's edit that Mariah is someone who, she finds it important to talk about race and, being the youngest, I believe, on the cast in her generation. She's like, yes, we have to talk about this. We have to, expose it. We have to get comfortable talking about this kind of stuff and having these tough conversations. So basically the game at this point, we're at the point in the game where the game is making people paranoid. And like Nanya saying, people start rumors in there too. Okay. And Mariah and Catan are buddies. And who knows, at a point, the thing that I always want people to remember about this show, and I think everyone here, we know this, is that when you watch this and you watch the live feeds, you have to remember that this game is made to take everything from you, being your creature comforts, the things you use to distract yourself, being your phones and your friends and your relationships and social media and everything. And all of a sudden, you don't have any of that stuff to distract yourself. You don't have your normal creature comforts. You don't have your technology. You are forced to be in this house with people and coexist also while playing a game that is very social and strategic. And all the while with cameras on you, filming you 24/7, it can be a lot of pressure. And we've seen a lot of people break during this game. I don't think I could ever do this game. I've only applied once when I was like 34 years old. And I thought I can do this. But as I got older, I was like, I think I would lose my shit because you're locked from the outside world. You can't talk to your loved ones. You don't have your go-tos. We all do certain things to block out unwanted thoughts, to block out, to just kind of get through our day. I mean, we all basically are addicted to these things and we're always checking it and they don't have that. And then you're forced to share a room with people as an adult and maybe you haven't done that in a long time, or you're a celebrity and you really never had to do that. And you have all these rules and things. And so it is a big pressure cooker and it is made to make you kind of paranoid and strip things of you so that it'll be more entertaining. So she could have had a time where she felt very weak, which is like, these guys don't want to be here, because that's kind of what Lamar and Todd and Chris, I think Lamar is saying it's strategy. Well, he did in this episode. And Todd Bridges has said that it is strategy, pretending to kind of lay low for a little bit and sleep, which is what Todrick said he was doing. That's why he's not in an alliance with Todd Bridges or Chris Kattan, yet he's in alliance with everyone else because they were sleepy. They were cheapy. And so maybe she took that for, she took that for they don't really want to be here, and she got upset and she had a couple moments and some tears. And who knows? I mean, also being a professional athlete on that level, and we know with these Olympic athletes and being a young woman in sports, who knows the kind of stuff she's seen, and it is a lot of pressure. And then you have to kind of, a lot of us, I always talk about how people sleep. And how I did for many years, I slept with my TV on. And sometimes if Chel's not here, I'll still sleep with the TV on. And I slept with lights on and things like that, because for a lot of us, not everyone, our biggest fear is kind of being alone with our own mind. So we always have distracting things. We have sleep sounds, we have melatonin, we have TVs, we have lights, we have things that instead of just being alone in the dark in a room by ourselves, that is terrifying to a lot of people who might have anxiety or ADHD and your brain never turns off. So I could totally understand people kind of freaking out and saying stuff that they didn't mean, like, God, getting upset, you're on the block. She also feels like what she talked about in the episode, that she is representing, Asian women, young Asian women, Asian Americans in general. And she's always been someone who's represented, had to kind of be a representative for a lot of people, being a young Asian woman in skating. So I get that in this house, you can definitely have breakdowns. I don't think, we've seen people kind of lose their shit and be like racist or super mean, but for her to just maybe be crying, or maybe her anxiety got to her. And the fact that these women who are older are like, oh my God, Teddy kept going around the house being like, if you're an Olympian, like, what do you know about being an Olympian, Teddy? Nothing. If you're an Olympian, there's no way that you can get this upset about being in this house and the pressure of here. Okay. And being an Olympian. So I think Teddy, but that's, in Teddy's defense, she's probably super paranoid too. So she's thinking everyone's lying to her because it's a game where people have to lie to you. You can't show all your cards. So Teddy was just like, no way that she was crying for 3 days straight. And then she's acting like it's the best day ever. And I'm like, maybe she got some Xanax. Give the girl a break. Give the girl a break. No, never excuse. Did I say it was an excuse for racism? I don't think I said that. Yeah, you're out of your routine. Yeah, she's 28 years old. You guys, she was born in 93, I believe. So the game is making everyone paranoid. Todd said that when he was in the HOH room, that Cynthia had said that she will not vote another Black person out. And Misha Tate was sitting on the HOH bed. She was like, so she's not, you guys aren't going to vote, like any of the Black house guests aren't going to vote for other Black house guests. You could tell Misha was like, huh, okay. I mean, her reaction was just like, oh. You tell it kind of threw her off a little bit. And Todd's like, yeah. And Todrick said, yeah, she's not going to. So don't worry about that. She doesn't want to have to do that. And then Todd Bridges said that I think that's important for us not to vote each other out because we need to teach each other how to work together. And Todrick was very quiet at that moment. And I think that's because there was rumors that maybe he had said some things problematic in the past on Twitter, or people found problematic about race and stuff like that. So he stayed pretty quiet on that. But Todd Bridge was like, yeah, we just got to work together. Just like, okay. But I mean, yeah, that's that. I think Misha was making a mental note of that. So tonight, I think that's why it was so hard for Cynthia to vote, because she had said she didn't want to do that, but she had to vote to keep Teddy because that was her ally. But it really went against, at her core, what she wanted to do and the message she wanted to send. All right. So Todrick talked a lot about being scared of social media. He said that he can't afford to have people calling him a liar on social media. And this part's hard for me because if you're in this game and you're a liar, it's not the worst thing in the world. You can't tell the truth to everybody. Now I know we tend to not like certain players. Like some of us don't love Andy Herron's game. You're like, oh, it's a rat floater game. And that wasn't my favorite game of all time. But it's hard to hear that he's feels like he's going to be judged this, like a lot of these players, Teddy kind of brought this up too. It's like, I want my family to be proud of me. Well, did you not tell your family you're going on a game show to win money where you have to kind of lie, cheat, and steal a little bit, make alliances, break alliances with people because your goal is to further yourself in the game to win the money? But they act like it's some kind of integrity game. But Todrick, that's too late. I mean, you have sprinkled lies to everybody, which is fine. Todrick is playing a messy game at this point. It's entertaining. He's doing the most, and a lot of us super fans watch other super fans play, and that tends to be what they do. But he's very worried about people calling him a liar on social media, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Okay. I wouldn't say the Cookout 2.0 because I don't feel like they're truly aligned. I think they just have an understanding that they didn't want to vote each other out, Tracy. But like we saw tonight, Cynthia went against that because Teddy and Carson are her number 1 and number 2 allies. And you could tell she really struggled with that. Eli says, I hope Todrick understands that we understand and we just want him. I mean, yeah, we understand that you're going to have to lie, Todrick, and you're going to have to play people. So, but there is, sometimes we as watchers or as viewers can do a little better trying to, I fall into this trap where I'm like, God, you lied to my favorite player. I hate you. God, I'm never going to follow you on social media. But then it's like, but they had to because they're trying to get themselves ahead. I'll save my vitriol and dislike for people who are blatantly hateful in the house or racist, like Jerkson and Jackson Mickeys and people like that. But as far as Todrick goes, I just don't hate the guy. He's playing the game. At this point, it's sloppy and it's funny, but he's playing the game. Okay. So Todrick said Teddy said she didn't need the money like he did. And that she just wanted to play the game. It was just fun for her. And I'm thinking, it's Celebrity Big Brother, Todrick. It's not who needs the money more. So then Kirk, a.k.a. Chris Kirkpatrick, told Teddy he doesn't want to win at one point. And I'm like, oh, my God. Can we put him back in the hotel? What do you mean you don't want to win? That's crazy. Teddy said Mariah cried for 3 days and called Kirkpatrick, a.k.a. Kirk, creepy and called Todd racist and said the men were making her uncomfortable and that now she's rubbing down and dancing for or that. Okay, so I wrote this down as a quote. So this is what Teddy said. Mariah cried for 3 days and called Kirk creepy and Todd racist. Oh, wait, I do my Teddy. Okay. God, you guys, Mariah cried for 3 days and she called Kirk creepy and called Todd racist and say that the men were making her uncomfortable that she's now rubbing down and dancing for on the bed. What? So Teddy just said that she was saying the men made Mariah uncomfortable and she was crying. And then now she's rubbing down and dancing for these same men on the bed. What, Teddy? And then I think Chris Kirkpatrick or someone was there. She was saying it too. And she's like, yeah. They're like, she did? She's like, she gave Lamar a rub down yesterday on the floor. I mean, a 28-year-old single woman rubbing down and another single man. And it's like, maybe she did feel creeped out. Maybe being 28 with a bunch of older dudes did kind of creep her out at first. And now she's like, I don't feel so creeped out anymore. Do you want a back rub? I don't know. I just feel like Teddy was doing the most when it came to this stuff. And I don't know. It just as an older woman in the house, well, what's your end goal? To shame her? Maybe she had a little breakdown. Who cares? I get you're trying to stay in the house, but base it on freaking game. You say you want to play with integrity, but all the people that say they want to play with integrity don't play with integrity because it's not integrity. It's not integrity. If you're just going to rip on her for crying and try to slut shame her for giving a back rub to Lamar Odom. Okay. Oh my gosh. I was like, Teddy, relax. You're about to go home, Teddy Bear. She's like, God, I can't believe it. You guys want to stay with her? She said Kirkpatrick was creepy. Yeah, he looks a little creepy sometimes, for sure. Sometimes when he talks to Shayna and he's like, okay, dumb. And I'm just like, there's a reason why he wasn't everyone's favorite in Sinker. I'm not saying he's a creep ball. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna err on the side of Mariah Nagasu at this point until I know more information. Okay. And this is where Shayna was like, oh, Ronda Rousey. Thank you. You're my biggest fan for knocking out Misha because they can't stand Misha. Okay. So Teddy's like, God, everyone just wants to like freaking forget that Mariah had like a breakdown for 3 days. I only cried once. And it was personal, not game. Hers is based on game. I'm like, how do you even know, Teddy? Oh my gosh, Mellencamp. Melon can't tell people how they can feel. Okay. So let's see. So now she's rubbing down people and she's dancing. And then she's like, and no, today Mariah's dancing. Maybe she feels better. Like I said, maybe she got some Xanax. Maybe she got some sleep. Maybe her anxiety came down a little bit. Maybe she's coming off of having to train nonstop her whole life to compete in this Olympic sport that very few people ever make it to the level she made it. And she's processing stuff. Who knows? Calm down. So she's like, Teddy's like, she went from not being able to form sentences for 3 days to the world's happiest person. How dare she? What did you want her to do? Like quit life? I mean, Jesus, Teddy. And then Misha said that Teddy's entitled and doesn't need this as much as other people. Like I said, she's kind of pushing that same narrative Todrick is, but it didn't help that Teddy wore her house on her finger. It was like, yeah, Edwin gave me this and my dad, John Cougar Mellencamp. Big deal. NBD. Teddy said so then Teddy was campaigning hardcore all day, running around. And she was like, Chris Kirkpatrick, okay, you should go into the HOH room and talk to freaking what's her nuts with me, Misha. You should. And Kirkpatrick's like, I don't know. And then Teddy did ask today, Chris Kirkpatrick, aka Kirk. She's like, Kirk, can I trust Shayna? And Kirk's like, And it's like, no, you can't trust Shayna and you can't trust me, Chris Kirkpatrick. No, because you about to go bye, girl. So then she said, okay, she finally, Chris Kirkpatrick talked to Misha first, like, Teddy's going to talk to you. And I don't know what to tell her, but she just won't let up and she really wants to stay. And then Teddy came in like, what's up, guys? What's up, bros? Anyways, I just want to tell you, Misha, I talked to Lamar, okay? And I told him that I would give him my HOH room if I win HOH next week. Because Teddy was kind of like, I'm going to win HOH. Yeah, I am a comp beast. And because he wants to leave. Because apparently Lamar's been like, I don't really want to stay. And so Teddy's like, well, I'm gonna say, listen, Lamar, you can have my HOH room and you can sleep up there and you can enjoy your time. And then she offers a final four with Misha and Chris Kirkpatrick. And I'm like, now you're talking, Teddy Bear. Yeah, keep, offering, sweetening the pot. I don't know who the fourth would have been, because the problem with that deal is they don't want her to bring Carson in. Part of this Final Four. They're kind of like, well, would you include Carson? And Teddy's like, oh, I can't lie. I cannot tell a lie. I'm very big on integrity and accountability, so I cannot tell a lie. So I don't know. I have to think about it. Because she literally, Teddy, if she made a deal with Misha, she would have kept that deal. That's just how Teddy is. Like, she literally would have done that. But Misha, at this point now, she's been convinced by Todrick that Carson is number one to go. He needs to go. And Teddy is his closest ally that they can currently touch and cut off one of his arms, Teddy being one of his arms, because Cynthia is safe with the Mon power. So there wasn't much Teddy could do, but I do give her props because she tried to stay. And that, that shows a lot. That she could have easily given up and been like, this is stupid. But no, she really was trying to stay and she was trying to make deals. But unfortunately, they're coming for Carson and there's no way Teddy being into keeping your word and stuff like that is going to go after Carson. And that's really what they wanted. So the Final Four thing didn't really work out. So Teddy walks away like, awesome, I'm making deals. And then Misha, she just sees Carson as the biggest threat. So Teddy says, they're like, well, who would be your target if you won? She's like, Todrick. I'm pissed at Todrick because he held my hand. He looked at me, mother to mother. Well, he's not a mother, but that was you, Misha. You did piss me off. But he looked at me and he held my hand and he said that we were going to get through this. And really, he stabbed me in the back the whole time. So I don't trust him. And then again, she brought up Todrick's $250K Wicked Witch of the West hat he wanted to buy. And Teddy also said, interesting, that she was warned about Todrick by someone before she went into the house. And she didn't listen to them, but she should have, she's saying. So, and then Teddy brought up in front of them that Mariah allegedly was making fun of Chris Kirkpatrick. I mean, it would have been amazing if we could have seen that on the feeds. Can you imagine little Mariah Nagasu making fun of Chris Kirkpatrick? He's like, I need to go to a hotel. This is not nice. Also, I might have COVID. That was kind of what happened on the feeds. Overall, Teddy did give it. She freaking tried to stay. She didn't give up. She Could have been a little nicer with her pitches, but she was doing what she could do. I'm sure she warned Carson before she left because I'm sure she did. Well, yeah, no, I'm sure she did. I think she did. So every time Joleen says integrity, I know I can't. I just love South Park and I watch it all the time. Okay, so right now, Joseph and other people are reporting that Chris Kirkpatrick won HOH. This might be an insufferable week, okay, with Chris Kirkpatrick. We'll see as HOH. I feel like he's going to smell his own farts. He's going to enjoy the smell of his own toots at this point. I kind of feel like that. But we'll see. Now, thinking of who he'll nominate, I mean, there's a good chance. Well, since Mariah Nagasu kind of promised to work with them temporarily, maybe he won't nominate her. But I have this feeling he might still nominate Mariah just because of this history that they have. I don't know if he feels like he can work with her. Most likely he's going to go for Carson because I think Todrick and them will, get to him. I'm trying to think. So he's not going to go for Shayna because he trusts Shayna. I have the worst screenshots right now. These are Chris Kirkpatrick is like sleeping in these. Who is Chris Kirkpatrick going to put up? I mean, I think Carson will be his target. We could see a Carson and Cynthia up against each other. We really could see that at this point. So interesting. It'll be interesting to see how Chris Kirkpatrick plays now with this power. It'll be very interesting to see Misha Tate and how she plays not having power, because you go from that week 1 and you're literally on top of the world and now you're back with the regular people. And a lot of the house guests, had been saying that it's hard for Misha, in their opinion, to kind of be nice to everyone. So we'll see. So Joleen on the Feeds in Sync is questioning people about Todrick. Maybe they'll flip on Todrick. Misha's going to push for Todrick to be safe, and Kirk really listens to Misha for the most part. I mean, at least when she was in power, we'll see if he listens to her now that she's not in power, but he's a fan of hers. They could secretly be targeting Todrick. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for their games at this point, because that would break up the final 2 that he has with Misha, and that could free up space for Kirk to have a final 2 with Misha. Interesting. And Todrick is gaming. He's definitely coming off as a gamer. Everyone was calling him out for being in the HOH room all week. And he was like, I wasn't even up there. And he was totally up there a ton. Okay. He was up there a lot. Todrick he needs to get it together, clean it up a little bit, because it is getting very messy. And it's very evident what he's doing. If they get rid of Carson, I might cry. I enjoy this man so much. If you guys were watching my live earlier with Nana, I was explaining to Nana because she loves Carson Kressley. I didn't know I was going to love Carson this much because I don't watch Drag Race, so I haven't seen him in a while, just when he's on like Watch What Happens Live. He's a delightful human being who seems to really like to compliment people when they need it. He can find the yes and the good in something you might find negative. Just for a brief example, I thought I had a screenshot of this. There was a moment when Todrick was getting his makeup done by Cynthia. They were all getting their makeup done because Cynthia's doing a great job with makeup. And Lamar was in the room and he's like, where would you wear that kind of makeup? And Todrick's like, everywhere, baby. I'll wear it everywhere. And he's like to the club? And Todrick's like, yeah. And Lamar's like, they'd let you in. And I'm like, Lamar, what year do you think this is? Of course they would let him in. Like, what are you talking about? But there was this really sweet moment where then Lamar started looking in the mirror and he was like, oh, I have these like big, this is an interesting screenshot, Joleen. I have these big craters on my face. Like, I think he might have just a little bit of like acne scars or something. I'm not sure. But, we all have imperfections on our face. They're like, oh, I wish my pores were smaller. I wish this, that, or the other thing. And he was asking, like, how do I get rid of these? Like, maybe I could do something about this. And Todrick was, looking at it like, yeah, maybe you could put something in it. And then Cynthia was thinking, but Carson pulls up and he says, oh, let me see. And he kind of grabbed his face ever so lightly and softly, like it was something important. And he was like, I like it. It's very manly to have a little bit of something, a little scruff or whatever, a little imperfection, if you will. And then Lamar felt like, you could tell he felt better. He was like, and they gave each other two little, he went in on Carson for the like side kiss here, which I got a really bad screen grab of, but also very hilarious, where they did the little French, not French. This looks like they're about to French, for real French, but like the European kiss like they do on the Housewives. And it was really sweet. And Carson's done that in other situations. I really like this screenshot because it looks like they're about to tongue. And then there's Shayna Moakler in the back with ice on her head because she's been dealing with bubble guts too. Everyone's shitting their pants in the house, literally, because of her migraine medication. But when Chris Kattan, I talked about this on another live, he's talked a lot about, he used to be in shape, and you can tell he's a little self-conscious, and he also has pain because there was a point where Chris Kirkpatrick went to put his arm around him, and he was kind of like this, I think maybe because, he's had neck surgeries and things like that and back surgeries. I think back too. So you can tell he's a little like self-conscious, and being in the spotlight again. And they were upstairs, and Carson was playing spades with Todd Bridges and Cynthia Bailey, and he was learning how to play spades, and Chris Kattan is just watching. And then at one point, Chris Kattan says something, and he doesn't really know what's going on. And Carson goes, you're beautiful. You just sit there and be handsome or cute or good looking. And you're just so attractive. Something you just say to kind of like, oh, bless your heart situation. But then Chris Kattan goes, am I really attractive? And Carson goes, of course. And he goes, Chris Kattan just like very, just very genuinely was like, thank you very much for saying that. Thank you. Thank you. And you could tell that it kind of put a little kick in his step. It was really nice. It was really nice. So let's see. Ballistic Coffee Boy, love your show, Joleen. I'm all in for Carson. He's the star of the show, for real, a highlight. Loving this season. Keep up the great work. Been watching you since last year. You're fantastic. Thank you so much, Ballistic Coffee Boy. Sounds like they all have COVID. Oh, no. Well, they're definitely spreading it this way. Don't drink the tap water in the BB house. I wouldn't drink tap water in Los Angeles. I lived in Los Angeles and Hollywood for many years, and I didn't drink the tap water. I mean, I just don't drink tap water. Got to be a filter on that thing. Chris Kattan is pretty darling. As much as I thought for sure, if we're going to get a comedian, they're going to be on the verge of losing it at any second. I think I was wrong about that, because Chris Kattan is he seems a lot more chill than I thought. People on Reddit really think get it, Chris Kattan, get you some. I know he's had his struggles, just like all of us human beings. We've all dealt with some shiz. So, but yeah, Carson just has this really nice way about him. And I don't think he's going to disappoint us. I mean, I don't know, but I feel like he just seems to be a very genuinely, like, obviously that he was the Jonathan, right, of the original Queer Eye, if I can remember everyone's pieces. He just made people feel good about themselves and find the good in them. And I really love that. Or today's Jonathan for Queer Eye, I guess. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that. But the live feeds have been so entertaining. They really have. And I think these celebrities, as much as we all were like, who are these people? They all serve a purpose, and we have some people who are really gaming. And even when the celebrities don't know what they're doing, it's just fun to watch them fumble and at least try. Because if you think Todd Bridges is sleeping on everything, no, he was actually in the HOH room when I was watching the feeds, trying to game, trying to strategize with them. Lamar is definitely comic relief at this point. I'm enjoying watching him on the live feeds. Todd Bridges' story, Cynthia Bailey, she's leading with empathy, and she's basically playing with her heart. And Cynthia's, a pretty genuine person. Where I think Teddy talked a lot of shit and enjoyed talking shit. I don't think Cynthia enjoys talking shit as much as Teddy did. But yeah. And then Shayna Moakler, I mean, I find her very interesting in her game and the way she's playing it. And Cynthia and Shayna are both on my fantasy Big Brother team. So maybe, yeah. Catan is funny. I mean, I did not think I was going to enjoy him as much as I did because I just didn't. Thank you, Lulu. Carson Carson does that. He is on multiple occasions been like, do you want me to put a little lotion on your face? And Chris Kattan's like, I'm fine. I don't need lotion. Do I need lotion? Maybe I'll lotion. I'll put a little lotion. He's like, should I do your hair? He's like, I think my hair is good. He's like, but I could help you with your hair. He's like, I'm okay. But it's all like Carson doesn't, he's not pushy about it. It seems like he genuinely is like, oh my God, your hair's so beautiful. Can I do it? Like he just has his delivery is really great. Sarah says Chris broke his neck during an SNL skit and had a few surgeries for that, and also had like 5 spine surgeries. Yeah, the guy's been through a lot. Carson was a fashion expert on the Queer Eye. So is that, Michelle, technically what Jonathan? Because Jonathan is, no, because he's not the fashion expert. The other cutie is the fashion expert, and he's so cute. I forget his name. But Jonathan is more like the hair and the overall, I think. Let's see. He knows if he is well liked on CU. Exactly. I mean, he's not a dummy. I want to see Todd. I feel like though with Carson, and maybe I'm just being just such a la in the clouds person. Just like la-di-da, everything's great. But I feel like that's genuinely it comes off not as performative. It comes off as that's who Carson is to me. I want to see Todd shown more though. Ballistic Coffee Boy saying or show more. He's actually a deep person. Yes, he's had lots of. Todd Bridges has such an interesting story. Like I am really in love when he talks and he jokes around. And I know that Toddrick said on the feeds that Todd Bridges has offended him quite a bit and said offensive things. I haven't heard anything. Again, we just got the feeds. But I do know that the way his generation might joke might be very different than Toddrick's way of joking. Do I think Todd Bridges, from what I've seen, is someone that is trying to hurt someone on purpose with a sense of humor? No, not at all. But again, I haven't really noticed him being problematic like that, but that's just what Toddrick said. So I don't know if that was just Toddrick doing game when he was explaining that to someone, or if that's in fact what's really going on. You just never know. So, and I'm enjoying everybody. Thank you. He's great. It's been really fun to watch. Joseph says these celebs get so much perks. Misha brought recipes from home, which the producers laminated for. Yeah, and I think also Mariah had a laminated sheet too when she was packing. That she probably her workouts, and she had it in the gym. So Jonathan just does hair. I feel like Jonathan does so much because he's such an amazing personality. Yes, Tan. Oh my God, Tan is my favorite. He's so cute. And his fashion and everything is just, I do love Tan. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, God. When that show came back, I was crying again. I think everybody was. Carson had a show a few years ago teaching people to love their natural. That's so nice. And us comedians, we're not really encouraged to look at the nice stuff. Things with the critical eye, but it's really nice. It's really nice. He does a lot. Jonathan does a lot. I want to see Chris do a night at the Roxbury Revival for us, dance and sing a little. I wonder if he would do anything. I don't know. Chris Kattan seems to want to entertain. Just listening to him and Mariah were talking, and Mariah's like, it's so funny how you like eat at night. And Chris is like, is it really funny that I like eat M&Ms at night? She's like, it is. It's so funny. Like she's just so sweet and innocent in that moment. And then Chris is like, okay, I guess I'll just eat M&Ms, but I'm afraid to get out of bed when Todd's here because I feel like he's just going to swallow me down. And just the way they were talking, it was just like super, super cute. So overall, I'm enjoying this. But the feeds have been a little, they've been a little messy. We do have some messy gameplay, some clunky gameplay, some good gameplay. It's Celebrity Big Brother. I freaking love Celebrity Big Brother. Oh no, I had a feeling, Lulu. Misha and Kirkpatrick are the new Christmas in Memphis. I could see that. Oh my gosh. How do you feel about celebrities getting special accommodations? Do you think? No, I don't think it affects the game really. I don't see them getting, I guess exactly what special accommodations do you mean? I mean, they're celebrities. It's expedited. They're celebrities. To get them in a house where you're going to have to give them some of the stuff they're used to. But overall, they are being, a lot of the stuff has been taken from them that they're used to. So no. Vanessa hates it though. She says, I hate celebrities getting special accommodations. And what are special accommodations besides like their food, their juicing? I guess I just don't care. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. But that's the thing. We all have differing opinions in this Big Brother community. But no, I just enjoy watching the celebrities. It just brings me joy. And I'm so glad they brought this season back. Now, maybe in a week or two, even though we only have like 3 weeks left of this game, probably. I don't even know what the date is. Well, maybe a little more than that. Maybe I'll feel differently, but I like it. Yeah, they do have a broken dresser. I actually took a screenshot of that, Diana Lee. Oh my gosh. I saw that, and it's in Todrick and Lamar's room, and the whole thing is off. It's so hard. I need a better organization for these screen grabs because it's hard to see what exactly I have, because I'm like, oh my God, I got all the best screenshots, and I share them with you guys, and everyone's like, it's like really bad. They're like, their mouths open and shit, and then I can't find the right one. So maybe I'm just hyping myself up too much when I'm like, this is a good screenshot, Joleen, you're killing it, girl. And then I share it with you guys, and I'm like, sorry, this is embarrassing. I normally have much better screenshots, but yeah, okay, there they are. I did take a screenshot of that because I thought, oh my gosh, their bedroom, something. And I took a screenshot of the wall here. Let me just share this with you guys. I just can't believe Carson's picture, and Catan was kind of roasting his picture with his little peace sign. I mean, I kind of love it, but it was pretty funny. Where did I put that dang picture? Not that you guys are like, yes, we have to see the broken dresser, Joleen. This will change everything. Well, the celebrities are, Misha was like, I told them if they're going to call me into the DR after 9 p.m., I'm going to have to wear my sunglasses. And that's just that about that. Because they said, you can't wear your sunglasses in the DR. And she's like, well, I can't have this light. This light is affecting me. It is triggering me, and it's keeping me awake, and I need my sleep because I got to drop 7 pounds to be in this new weight class, and I have to punch shit on the floor while Chris Kirkpatrick watches me. So I don't know if I can do this. It was pretty funny. I just might have to open up all the screen grabs. I just love Todd. That was the first time recently or today, I think it was today. Was it today or yesterday? That Todd said he went in the HOH room. I was like, oh my God, Todd, I love you. He was like, I haven't been up here. And then look at Misha's basket that she got is like all vitamins. This poor girl. No perks. And Todd's like, damn, look at all these vitamins. Holy shit. You're going to take all these? What do they do? And Misha's just like, I don't know. I think they like do something good for the body. She is very kind of, this is how I talk. This is how it is. You're not going to get me excited. My muscles grow, but my excitement doesn't. That's just how it is. Deal with it. Okay. But the fact that Todd, thank you, Deb, for the super sticker. I appreciate you supporting the channel. The fact that Todd was like, I haven't been up here. And Todd, watching him be amazed by things we take for granted. Someone came in or rang the doorbell, the HOH. He's like, what the frick is that? And they kind of, Todrick and Misha kind of ignored him. And he was like, what the fuck is that? You got a doorbell? Holy shit. Are you serious? She got a doorbell. He wouldn't shut up the doorbell, and they're too busy gaming. He's like, I can't believe you guys got a doorbell. Holy shit. It was really fun to just watch him reacting and getting so excited over the damn doorbell. I really appreciated Todd's excitement. Okay, maybe I can't find this screen grab that I have. But yeah, this is Misha's HOH basket. So we'll see what Chris Kirkpatrick's is not going to look like this. I think his wife wants him to be eating better and exercising, and he's not going to. But Todd Bridges said he's already lost weight. His tummy's already went down quite a bit. So I don't know what he's doing, but he's just eating a little better. while in the house. Yeah, so maybe I thought I had the broken drawer. Those are different drawers. I made sure to get all these okay, this is the sweet shot of him like caressing Lamar's, pulling his face up like, oh, I think you look beautiful. And I was like, Carson, you're such a sweetie. Wipe the CD. You're so sweet. And then I do also, it's kind of like how I like to watch sometimes ASMR videos of people like, okay, we're at the spa and I'm going to put some of this makeup on you. Oh, you look so beautiful today. How are you doing? Let me brush this. And I sit there and I watch it and I go, oh, I can feel it. And sometimes I fall asleep to those kind of videos. You know, this is how I feel when I watch Carson grooming himself. I found myself watching him blow dry his hair and just sitting there and like, this is nice. I like this. This is my new ASMR. Just watching Carson blow dry his hair with that, I'm sure, very expensive hair dryer, and just put his fingers through it, you know. And then Chris Kirkpatrick's like, I'm just air drying. And he's like, okay, cool. And he just keeps blow drying his hair. It's really cute. Yes, you guys hit that like. We got to hit our goal of 700 likes. I think we can do it. What do I think about Cynthia voting out Todd? Wait, what do you think about Cynthia voting out Todd? She isn't even a housewife anymore. Trina, I think it was really hard for Cynthia because she said that she didn't want to do that. But I think the game kind of came into play and, you know, she struggled and she was just like, well, I need Teddy to stay because otherwise, you know, she's my biggest ally next to Carson. And so I have to follow that strategy. But I think she kind of wanted to follow her heart and keep Todd because she really said, I'm not going to vote out Lamar. I'm not going to vote out Todrick. I'm not going to vote out Todd Bridges. But I don't think Cynthia doesn't, you know, she doesn't know much about the game. I love Cynthia, but I think she didn't expect to be put in that situation. So she struggled. You know, I feel for her. It'd be hard. It's a situation that I have the privilege of not having to worry about, you know. The things that we've seen, you know, Black House guests have to battle in their head, like, oh my gosh, I want representation and I want this and I have this responsibility. A lot of the White House guests, you know, we would never have to think about that. So I feel for her. I felt for her. ASMR videos like watching Bob Ross paint a pretty much, right? Like, okay, hello, welcome. Just gonna brush a little bit of this on. All right. And now I'm going to just touch your, oh, how nice. That's such a nice face. They never do this, but I really like touching your nose. Wow, that's a nice slope. Did you pay for that? Oh, you did. How much? 8,000. That's a steal. It must have been a while ago. Oh, 2006. That was a good year to get rhinoplasty. Very nice. Like, it's very, I just really enjoy watching this shit. Hey, Elizabeth. He's not using an exaggerated voice. I think a little bit, you know, he plays up a little bit more of a character like they all do in the DR. But yeah. Love the ASMR from Sip and Key. It gives you heebie-jeebies. Oh my goodness. I just like it. I thought maybe it would give me heebie-jeebies, but it doesn't. It doesn't, you guys. I like it. I really do like it. Yes. Yes. And maybe it's because
destiny.
Apologies. I was going to turn that one down. That one was a little loud for you guys with your earphones. All right. I should go to bed. I should watch feeds and go to bed because it's midnight. But this has been so fun doing a little late night live with you guys. Thank you for sticking with me. Almost 2 hours. We got to break down the episode, talk about some spoilers. I'll be back all season doing live feed spoilers, looking at Big Brother through a comedic eye, some impression videos. Make sure you guys follow me on TikTok if you don't already. I appreciate everyone that's followed me. Now I'm over 400 followers, just trying to grow on that platform. And if I hit 1,000, I can go live from there. Ooh. And I'm posting shorter videos, shorter funny videos of Big Brother, shorter updates on there, obviously. So yeah, Vanessa says ASMR makes my skin crawl, except, oh, thank you. Maybe that's my new thing I should do. Yes, yes. And you guys love each other. As Julie Chen says, From outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Chen, the other last name. Love yourself. I wish she would say, from outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Chen. My mama don't like you, and she likes everyone. Good night. Like, I wish she would quote Justin Bieber songs or something, or Taylor Swift. From outside the Big Brother house, I'm Julie Chen. And remember, you need to calm down. You're being too loud. And I was like, damn, it's 7 a.m. But you're taking shots at me like it's Patron. And I was like, damn, it's 7 a.m. Good night, everyone. Or like Kanye West lyrics. That would be interesting. So thank you for loving my Sarah Beth. We do miss Sarah Beth. We miss Franza. We sound like Sarah Beth was very much like the itsy bitsy spider went up. No, what was the song she sang? And she was like, and everyone's gonna die. Awesome. Okay. I forget the song that she sang now. I feel like Big BB23 was so long ago. So long ago. All right, you guys. I will see you tomorrow. I'll be back for more updates. And remember, from outside of my house, giving you Big Brother live feed updates. I'm Joleen Lunzer. And I was going to think of a quote. All I could think is the damn Justin Bieber song. My mama don't like you, and she likes everyone. From outside of my updates, I'm Joleen Lunzer. Hold up. They don't love you like I love you. Slow down. They don't love you like I love you. Can't you see there's no other? What a wicked way to treat the girl that loves you. I don't know. I would quote Beyonce. I would do something. But okay. I'm tired, you guys. I'm very tired. Good night. If you like what you see.